Yo, what up, guys? It's 5D here, and a weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is coming up, and Raid just have to do a shard pool right here. And it's going to be a 10x because this last weekend that just passed was a 2x on Secret, so we're expecting this upcoming weekend to be a 10x. But since this 10x does not coincide with anything special in the game, no fusion, nothing else is happening this weekend, it has to be a great 10x. So right here, it's coming up. The 10x that's coming up Friday, Saturday, Sunday is gonna have the best damage dealers in Raid Shadow Legends, in my opinion, or in everybody's opinion that is out there doing tier list. And forewarning, 10x events are usually not for beginner players who are looking for epics or legendaries or their first legendaries. It's for those players who have all the best champions, who are trying to get plus double of these champions, +1, +2, +3, +4 Thronders. Yes, I mentioned the first champion that is going to be part of this 10x is a Thronda. She's from the Dwarves faction. I'm not going to go into their skills because these are well-known champions in Raid. I just have to hop on here and tell you the information, and right here is the champion I do not own, unfortunately, right here. So will I be pulling my shards to obtain her? Remember, you can pull your ancient shards, your secret shards, or even your void shards, depending on what these champions fall into in terms of the category, just to obtain these epic NUKERS in Raid 10x champions. So that's Tronda, the first one right here, available Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if you're pulling shards and you want copies of her for some reason. All right, so that's the champion. I'm hoping to one day obtain her, and she'll be part of this 10x Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The next one, great. Once I mentioned the top NUKERS, everybody started thinking of the best champions in Raid. And yes, the next one is also part of that category, and is one that I own, and that is Candlephrone from the Demon Spawn faction. One that I actually enjoy, and is in every of my battles in 1v1 arena, in 3v3 arena, or even in brand new live arena. Candlephrone is right here, and this champion is known for either this big nuke or this A1 that can also single target somebody and really do some damage when they have buffs on them. All right, that's Candy, can go invisible also. We're not going to their skills. He's already known as one of the best NUKERS. I was lucky enough to obtain him on a normal shard pool, not through a guaranteed legendary event, which he's normally part of a guaranteed legendary event these days, but he's worth it though. He's worth pulling for if you're end game and you have the money to bond and look for this champion. Disclaimer, you might pull all your secret shards, ancient shard, and still not obtain any of these champions available in this 10x. What's the next one is Hefrak. Hefrak is also from the Demon Spawn faction, one that I also do not own. This champion, I used to be afraid of him when I come across him in the arena, but these days I know how to deal with him. Simply don't kill anybody else in this team and you're fine, or put his skills on cooldown or something. So he's used to be feared in Stone Skin, but these days I can comfortably go against him and not kill anybody else, just hit him on loan until he's dead before I start to do damage to everybody. So that's one thing he's best known for. Whenever an ally is killed, instantly activates his skill. And so that's the crazy skill that he brings to the battle. Whenever somebody goes down, he just hits, and he hits extremely hard if there are multiple champions there. So that's Hefrak from the Demon Spawn faction, one that I still looking forward to obtaining, and is best used in a go first teams, not really good in a go second team. All right, the next champion that is part of this legendary NUKERS event that is coming up is a kind of a new one to Raid. Geogid is from the Night Red faction, and he's known for as a champion that can ignore Stone Skin, right? He ignores a lot of stuff. He ignores even what do you call this thing? Where is the skill? A single target skill, right? This one. He ignores strengthening, ignores Stone Skin, ignores unkillable, ignores block damage, ignores increased defense, ignores ally protection. He ignores everything basically you can have on your champions to protect them from dying. He ignores everything and just takes somebody down. Luckily for us, it's a one single target hit, right? So luckily he's not doing this for the entire wave, so you still have the option of reviving that champion that just got nuked by Geogid. So that's what is known for, being void affinity. He will not get any weak hits, and that's also a skill that is worth talking about, and which a lot of people use these days in Raid. So that's the fourth legend, or is the fifth one. That's all the legendaries available in this 10x Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now onto the epics. If you have some shards to pull for these epics, if they are the ones that you've been looking for a long time, you could get Skullcrown, and Skullcrown from the Night Rev auction. Let's see Skullcrown, where is she? Let's not even talk about how hard I've been looking for this champion that I've still not obtained her. Check out everybody. I've gotten all of them, but she's cast because she's void affinity. I do pull a lot of void shards, well, saving right now, but I do pull void shards. So tell me why out of all these, it's just her that I've not obtained, and Franix, which I don't even want. Right, so it's just her and Franix that I don't have yet. Why? But I keep getting duplicates of all these other champions, especially a lot of duplicates Whisper, which is also a void champion, but no score crown for me after almost up to 3 years of play. She's best known for pairing with Sinesha right there. She revives this champion with 30% HP and she nukes a lot. Her biggest nuke is the A2 right here, but her A1 just keeps doing her A1 repeatedly, which a lot of people don't like to deal with. But if you build her with enough damage, with counter attack, she will do a lot of damage on that A1, and that will be the damage that will even kill the enemy, not her big nukes that maybe might have been put on cooldown. So I'm still looking forward to a day that I'll obtain her and use her with Senesha that I already have in some content. The next epic, if you're crazy about this champion that you want him so bad, if you're pulling shards, you'll be lucky enough to get a Royal Guard, one champion that is also awesome in the early game, mid game, or in the end game, whether it's in the dungeons or the Hydra. So he will be walking over time right here. I spider dungeon waves below 20, or even Hydra heads, multiple heads, big nukes right here on this A3. No, that's not it. On the A2, damage increases according to enemy max HP. So he does damage based on their HP, and it hits extremely hard. And people don't really care about accuracy on this champion. Do I have a guide on him yet? I don't think so. I'm still waiting for the Noob to Pro to build him properly before I do a beginner content guide for Noob to Pro perspective and the end game content guide from my account where I used him in the Hydra as one of my damage. So the next champion that is beside Husk in terms of damage in end game content is Husk from the Undead faction, and is an epic champion that you can obtain this weekend if you pull your shards, ancient shards or sacred shards, and he's available right there. I recently built this champion and I did a champion guide about him and showed you how I built him for that end game content. This is the skill I brought him, and I put some accuracy on him to place that provoke on the Hydra heads that needs to be provoked as a secondary provoke champion. Though he's a tanky champion, a beefy champion, is also HP based with his single hit, I guess. So enemy max HP nukes also awesome right here on Husk to be used. The next one is Magna, another one that is useful in PvP content. Husk and Royal Guard not so much in PvP, but Magna is known for being used in PvP as one of the HP based nukers that you can use to really deal some damage to the enemies while you survive their first hits right here on is what is it, A2. Attacks all enemy, places an extra hit on enemies without HP burn, and normally enemies in PvP content do not have HP burn on them, so he does hit twice on this hit, and to survive it you have to be extremely tanky or those type of dodgers, counter stone skin teams that can survive it. Other teams can't survive these big hits depending on how much crit damage you have along with the HP though. So that's the epic champions that are available in this 10x, and that's the legendary champions that are available in this 10x. I would like to be interested to know if you're going for any of them, if they interest you, especially if you're a spender in raid and you want Georgit so bad, or Kandaphone so bad, or Hefrak. Tronda is going to be one that people really want, because even if you have one copy, some people want a 4 star ascended Tronda, so they want to get out to +4 levels with duplicates of her one day. So I hope to get her one day. But so that's not the only news that is dropping, that's just the most interesting one. The next one is a rebalancing for 2 champions that we don't even care about. They are from the Ox faction, and I own one of them, so that's the one I've been interested in to see if his rebalance, yes, it's called a rebalance. We're hoping it's a buff. When I say rebalance, we're hoping it's a really buff that will make them come out of the vault, because I have not used this champion since I got him, and his name is Gunlock Skyhide. I think I obtained this champion. This is from the Doom Tower. I think it's one of the champions you can obtain from the Doom Tower. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what is changing about this champion is that his A1, Nogba the Headhunter, Gore Fist. Is it the A1? Where is it? The A. Am I looking at it? No, that's not him. That's another champion. Gumlock Skyhide is Faithful Striker. That's the skill that has been changed. Let me see on the A2 right here. Currently, he attacks one enemy, 60% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from the target. What has been changed about this is that after attacking one enemy, has a 60% chance of stealing all buffs. So it's no longer 2 random buffs, it will now be all buffs from the target. So that's one big hit right here. So this, it means that this champion will be basically a buff stripper, but it's a one target buff stripper, so it's still not, I guess it's useful. Also has a 60% chance of decreasing the target stun meter by 50%. Now it says also has a 60% chance of stealing 50% of the target stun meter. So before it used to decrease the stun meter of the target, steals 50% of the target stun meter. Instead, if this champion has a full HP, so there is no much condition right there now for this stun meter steal. Before, it only steals that stun meter steal if the target has full HP, right? But now the new change that will be coming up to this champion just says he will steal the stun meter 50% of the target stun meter. 60% chance though of stealing 50% of the target stun meter. So that condition of having full HP right here no longer applies. All this is coming up in the next patch, so that's a good, I guess this is a good upgrade to this skill. His cooldown, nothing changed, it's just those wordings that made him a little bit more easier to steal all buffs from a target and remove their stun meter by 50%, 60% chance. When booked up to what, 30 plus 60, 90, 100% chance of 50% stun meter decrease. That's a good skill right here. But I still hate single target hits like that when well, it's useful somewhere, especially against bosses, so I guess. What else is telling about this champion? His passive is going to be changing from what to what. Let's see. It now has shield on this champion equal to 30% of this champion's max HP. That's what is coming. Before, it used to be a 15%, equal to 15% of his max HP. So that's changing. It's going to be a 30% of his max HP that shield will be for. All right, that's what is changing on Gumlock Skyhide. Is it something that is useful enough now for me to bring him out of all of a sudden and start using him in content? I guess we'll have to find out. I just don't have books on him. That's why I've not built him or tested him out. I don't know whether he's a good champion or a bad champion. He's not yet. He's just not in my higher priority list of champions to build. But this change is a welcome development, and I think maybe some people who already use him and build him will find this extremely useful. But for me, I'm still have other champions who I need to build for other content. He doesn't rank up in that hierarchy of champions I need to spend resources on right now. All right, the next champion that I do not own that is being changed is Nogba, and he is from also the Hawks faction. Where is it? Nogba. That's him. So this champion is kind of annoying. Let me say right here, it revives this champion with 50% HP, 50% stun meter when killed, if all allies are alive. So he keeps reviving. Does not if they are. So it's a very difficult champion to deal with. He just keeps reviving himself. 50% HP when killed if all allies are alive. So basically, you don't want to kill him first in battle because that's a one-turn cooldown on the revive. He'll just keep reviving himself. So what's changing about this champion is his Gore Feast, which is gonna be the A2. So right here, it places 15% continuous heal buff on for 2 turns on this champion. So what's gonna be changing now about it is that he's gonna place 15% continuous heal buff on all allies for 2 turns. So this skill used to place continuous heal buff on himself, but now it's going to be on everybody. So it's kind of now like a healer, not like a stingy champion who is healing only himself, but now it's going to heal everybody with continuous heal. Is it 1 or 2? Just 1 continuous heal. All right, what else is changing about him is that his last right, which is going to be probably his A3, yes, the last right, it will now have a clause right here after this equalizes HP with the target. It now grants an extra turn. That's what is changing about that. After this clause right here, it says it will grant an extra turn before all this other wording. So I guess he can use this to equalize the AC, sacrifice whatever he needs to do. His skill is complicated. He does a lot. I don't want to read everything and slow you down, so that's why I'm skipping through it and just telling you what is coming. And he will now grant an extra turn on this skill. booked up to a 4-turn cooldown, granting an extra turn, which means it will be like more of a 3-turn cooldown skill. Is that enough for you to use him in content? I do not know, because I don't currently use him in any content. I don't even own him, so what am I talking about? So let me know if you think that's a useful enough buff for him to now be coming out of your vault and be useful. Headsman return, that's the passive. At least I'm just looking if it's a nerf. This is all good things that are happening to them. These are all buffs, so no nerf so far, because these are champions that we don't use. Why would there be nerfing champion we don't use? All right, on the passive, what's changing about this? It will revive. After the revive, it used to fill HP. Revive this champion with 50% HP, right? Now it will revive him with a full turn meter. It used to be a 50% turn meter. It's still going to be a 50% HP revive, but his turn meter will be full. That means he will be ready to take a turn almost immediately. So if you kill this champion, just know that when he revives himself, he will be like full HP ready to go. Just like a CP revives somebody and push their HP to almost max for them to get a turn. So that's what is changing about these two champions, Nogba the Headhunter and Gumlock Skyhide. Still good buffs, but still not enough for me to use them if I had this champion. All right, that's all the news that I have to share with you guys coming into raid right now. I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you're going for this 10x of this crazy damage dealers, or you're skipping up on everything. These buffs to this champion will come up in the next update. You won't see it in the game immediately. All right, later guys.